Hello and welcome to how I play my level 55 Paladin. Today we're going to talk about spells and how I changed up some of the multi-bind stuff, and we'll see it go from there. So, first up, spells are not changed a whole lot. So I'm still doing cease and desist because they're practically free. Now I understand that the stun no longer works on anything over 55, but they do provide a lot of aggro, and I like that. Now for the 55 plus mobs, I have two stuns that will stun up to level 63, killing Qenos's Word of Tranquility and Force of Akira. Now both of these are higher level stuns. They cost significantly more mana, 200 mana and 90 mana respectively. So it is, it just, depends on where it is in the thing. So we got a new wave of healing. So this is the level 55 wave of healing. I have that in my list. And then I have Light of Light. Now, this is a level 52 healing spell that'll heal the target, namely whoever's tanking, or whoever's not supposed to be tanking, but is tanking. And I actually put that in my multi-bind as the first item. So if I cast it on myself real quick, it's like a 6-second recast time, 7 seconds or something like that. And I'm not running a healer in this group. It's two melee mercenaries, a wizard, and the paladin here. I do have an out of group druid that like babysits me and keeps me buffed while I level these guys up, just get them caught up. But surprisingly enough, this spell is pretty much keeping me alive on most mobs. Like a blue mob, 100% keeps me alive. I don't even take damage. Yeah, even con mob, sometimes I take a little damage. This heals it up. Yellow and red mobs, I take damage, but this cuts a lot of that out, and it's actually pretty nice. I've been happy with using this and putting in my multi-bind. Obviously, I'm losing aggro by doing it right now, but it works for what I'm doing right, how I'm leveling. So next up I have Divine Might, which is our proc buff. And it does about 65 damage. You can see here when I was in Chardok, it's doing 65 damage. It seems to proc a lot. So I keep that up at all times. I just keep it memmed at all times, so I don't have to fiddle with making macros like I do on some of my other characters to switch the spells around and stuff like that. And then we have Brel's Steadfast Aegis, which is our level 49 Brel spell. I don't think we got a new group upgrade yet. I believe it's at 59 or 60, so I just keep this one and I keep myself buffed with it. It's like a 3-hour duration. Since I cast this, it hasn't even been 3 hours since I was level 50. So. And then the final spell slot, because I am lazy. I do have Holy Aura here. This is our level 55 Aura spell from Prophecy of Ro. This increases our healing potency, I guess, when they land on us. So it makes my Light of Light and Wave of Healing heal me for more and anyone else in the group. So very beneficial there. Now that's of the spells I use. I don't do anything else. I've been like it's still the Labor Day weekend, right? And I've been leveling insanely fast. Like it's kind of ridiculous. Like I cleared my thing, but it's like 10% experience per mob still. It's kind of crazy. But that's that. So my bars, nothing has really changed. The only thing I changed right down here is I put Light of Light at the beginning of my multi-bind. So if we go over here and thwack on this guy, right? Let's just start thwacking him. See how he's Light of Light, but it's not going to work because he doesn't have a target. And it's based on target to target. So it kind of breaks that if they don't have a target. But I can always just do this and grab it and move it out. And then the multi-bind is just normal, cease, desist, and then whatever else it was. Word of Tranquility, And then Cease gets recast because it's back up. Force of Akira. Desist. And then Wave of Healing. And so on and so on. You can see the range on that. It hit him all the way over there. So it's a pretty good spell when it comes to that kind of stuff. But I find this is working pretty well for me. Like I turn on attack, you know, and then I just start hitting the multi-bind, which triggers the wizard to do his nukes and stuff like that. And it really works. I've been surprised how well a wizard paladin duo has worked. Now, granted, I have an outside of group druid, like keeping us, making sure we don't die, but I have never gotten to the point where I felt like I was going to die with the twinkage that I currently have on, right? Along with the mount and familiar buffs that I have. So I've felt like this has been a pretty good combination overall. Now, everything else is the exact same as the previous ones. I still use X target 20 and 19 for tank and assist. I haven't grouped with the rest of the group yet to add them into the extended target, but that's it. Like, the paladin is pretty nice. Right now, if you jump ahead to the in the playlist this video should be in, you'll see there'll be like a 90 video already all the way to 125. Now, what I have on my 125 paladin is what I do, right? Like, this is since this is so accelerated in the fact that he's leveling so fast, there's certain things that just I don't need to do. And most likely if you're playing on live like I am, you're gonna have mercenaries and stuff, or you're gonna have a group of 5 other characters, and you're gonna level fast no matter what. And a lot of the stuff that makes paladins very gives them a lot of utility, like rooting something for CC and stuff like that. I don't even need to do it. I can tank it all. So there's stuff like that, like on a TLP, when I played a paladin on a TLP, I would do some of that, but at the same time I could just tank it all. It's kind of interesting, like there's reses and stuff like that. Paladin gets a res. It's very beneficial to have at all times, because it's if you die, it's hard to get back on a TLP, so those are useful. Right here I can just switch to a healer mercenary on one of my other characters and then get rezzed, so it's not as important. So the TLP versus live, there's a lot of differences in the utility in some of these spells that I just gloss over and I don't use, but doesn't mean they're not important, right? Like, I don't use superior healing. It's a good spell, but light of light is better for me, even though it heals for 200 less. So, because it does the target to target. Oh, the dragon up there scared me. I was like, what the hell is that? But yeah, so that's how I play my level 55 paladin. It's a fun class. I enjoy it a lot. Definitely a very defensive tank when it comes to the kit that it has for doing stuff. So thank you very much for watching, and please have a fantastic day.